Hello everyone, my name is Hannah. Welcome to another video. Happy Bookmas Day 11. We are winding it down on Bookmas. We only have one video left after this, and that is my favorites of the year, which I'm really excited to talk about. I'm sure if you've been following my channel at all this year, you could at least guess the top 5, I bet. But yes, I am having the best time with Bookmas. So today's video is going to be a tag video. This is the Christmas song book tag, which I was tagged by one of my best friends, Cami, over at Burrows and Books. I will leave her channel as well as her video linked down below. But this tag was originally created by Haley in Bookland. I will leave her channel as well as her video down below. And I'm wearing my Falalala Llama shirt because I just thought it fit the video, it fit the vibe. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the questions. Okay, the first question is, you're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Name a villainous character that you couldn't help but love. And for that one, I thought this was pretty easy. It's Carden from The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. He is definitely a bit villainous. I wouldn't say he's just like the villain of the story, but he's definitely villainous. I'm supposed to be rereading this month, and I don't think I'm gonna get to it, which is sad, but I will be rereading this series very, very soon because the spin-off book comes out in January, and I want to read that one right away too, so I think I might have to wait till January to get to this one. Maybe I'll start this later in December, but yeah, Carden, I just feel like he is a villainous character that I just couldn't help but love. Even from the beginning, I was like, who is this mean little guy? Question 2 is, All I Want for Christmas Is You, a book that you hope to find under your Christmas tree. So for this one, right now, right at this present moment, I really hope that I can get my hands on a copy of Daisy Hates the Great Undoing by Jessa Hastings. Today that I'm filming this is actually the release day of Daisy Hates 2, and it's not like live to buy yet in the US. There's some kind of complication going on right now, so I like woke up ready to buy it so I could get my hands on it right away, and it wasn't available. So I don't know how long that delay is going to be, but I want to get my hands on that as soon as humanly possible. Before Christmas would be ideal. But yeah, that is the book. Like, that's all I can think about right now. Like, that is the book that I want in my hands right now so I can start it and start annotating in it. Hopefully I get it before Christmas, but who knows? But yeah, that is the book that all I want for Christmas is Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. Question 3 is, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Name a character that has overcome major obstacles and has learned to believe in themselves. And for this one, I'm gonna pick 3 characters. So I'm going with A Court of Silver Flames. I'm going with the Valkyries, okay? I don't want to say too much because this is the 5th book in a series, so I don't want to spoil anything. But Nesta, Emery, and Gwyn, all 3 of them overcome major obstacles and learn to believe in themselves, and it is one of the best stories like that fits this, in my opinion. I just like, it's so powerful and so empowering and so moving, and it just tugs on my heartstrings. These 3, I just love them so much. So yeah, I'm picking the Valkyries for that. Again, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything, but those 3 have my whole heart and soul. The next question is a 2-parter, so it's Santa Claus is Coming to Town. Name a character you think will be at the top of the naughty list. So for this question, I'm gonna go with Cole Blackwell from There Are No Saints by Sophie Lark. So if you don't know, Cole is a serial killer. So obviously he would be at the top of the naughty list. This is a very dark romance with like some suspense thriller aspects in it, and there's lots of triggers I feel like in this book, so don't go into it without knowing those. But yeah, Cole, he's one of those characters where it's like I'm almost concerned that I like him because like he's a serial killer. But something about this book, I found it very entertaining, okay? And while I would never, ever condone serial killers or romanticizing serial killers in that way in real life, for fiction, I thought it was just a fun time. And Cole, he would be number 1 on the naughty list, I'm convinced. Now going on the complete other side of the spectrum, which character do you think would make the top of the nice list? And for that, I'm gonna go with Kate from Brightside by Kim Holden. Her nickname is literally Brightside because she's always looking on the bright side. No matter like what is happening in her life, she is always able to find positives, and she's just like a genuinely good person. She's so happy, she's so optimistic, and she's just like deep down a really, really good person, and for sure she would be at the top of the nice list. I just remember like wanting to adopt Kate's mindset. So yeah, I think Kate would make it to the top of the nice list. Question 5 is Frosty the Snowman, which book melts your heart? And for that, I knew immediately when I read this question what book I was going to pick, and it is 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. This book is so heartwarming. I remember picking this up and getting like maybe like 15-20 pages in and being like, no, I need to stop and annotate this. So I got a physical copy that I could annotate in because the quotes in this are just they just really meant something to me, and this book just warms my heart. It's so cute. It's like a little YA romance, and I saw reviews of people saying that this is like super cheesy, and like it is kind of cheesy, but like not in a bad way, like in the best possible way. It's so heartwarming, and it would melt my heart. So yeah, I highly, highly recommend this book. Again, people say that it's like cheesy and cringy, and to me, I just thought it was beautiful, and I was like sobbing the entire time. So I love this book. Question 6 is Feliz Navidad, a book that takes place in a different country from your own. And for that, I'm going to pick The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden. This is a Russian historical fantasy. So it takes place in Russia, and it's like such a great book to read now, like in winter. I read this for the first time last year, and I was like not expecting to love it as much as I did. I thought maybe I would like it. I just heard that it's like beautiful writing, but I really, really loved the story and the like ambiance of this. It's very thick with Russian folklore, which I really, really loved. So if you haven't read this, this is like a winter book recommendation. Pick this one up. It's not like constantly action packed, but it's just, I don't know. I just really, really enjoyed my time reading this, and I really, really liked all of the Russian folklore and the setting of this. So going with The Bear and the Nightingale. Question 7 is, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Pick a holiday-themed book that you use to spread Christmas joy. And this one I just read for the first time this year. I read it in my Christmas romance reading vlog. So if you haven't watched that yet and you want to see like me gush about this book, go watch that. But the book is The Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Leese. I'm not entirely sure if that's how you say her last name. But this book, it's super short. It's less than 200 pages, and it is a Christmas romance between these two rival booksellers that work together. They work at the same place, and they're kind of battling it out to keep their job basically because the bookstore is struggling, and they've always kind of clashed, and so it's a bit of a hate to love, and as you know, that is my bread and butter. And it's just like chock full of Christmassy goodness. They drink peppermint mochas all the time, and they're decorating their bookstore for Christmas, and the vibes are there. The vibes are giving, and it was just so much fun. It was perfect to read for Christmas, and I just love this so much, and it brings me so much Christmas joy. So highly, highly recommend this one. If you haven't read it yet, there's still time to pick it up and read it during this Christmas season because it's so short, but it's so well written that like it doesn't feel short. Like it's such a well done book in those few of pages, and I just love it. Question 8 is Sleigh Ride. Which fictional character would you like to spend the holidays with? This one was so easy for me.
Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae.
It's Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae from the Crescent City series. So I have these beautiful dust jackets. I think they're from A Million World Designs, if I'm remembering correctly. I'll try to remember to leave the Etsy shop that I ordered them from linked down below. But you have Bryson Hunt on the cover, and then of course Rune on the back, and he's just so hot. I would love to spend the holidays with him. Honestly, I would love to spend the holidays with him and all of his friends, like the frat boys. I just feel like it would be so much fun. I feel like Rune is such a fun character, and I would just love to hang out with him. I just think it would just be like such a fun holiday if I could spend it with Rune and the guys. It would just be It would be so much fun. I would have the best time with them. I have a very tight-knit group of like college friends, and Brandon and I like hang out with them all the time still, and they very much remind me of like the found family aspect of the frat boys and Rune from the Crescent City series. So I just think it would be really, really fun, and I love Rune so much. I think he might be my favorite Sarah J Maas like male character. I don't know, the Bat Boys and Rune, it's like really hard to choose, but I don't know. I think it's Rune. I think it's Rune. I love him. I love him so much. So my answer, without a doubt, Rune Danon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae. Question 9 is, baby, it's cold outside. Which book that you didn't like would you sacrifice to the fire to keep yourself warm? And hands down, Twisted Love by Anna Huang. I wouldn't even hesitate. I hated it so much. It's the worst book I've ever read. The worst one I've ever read. I hated it. I hated it so much. And I hate that I finished it too. Part of me is glad that I finished it so people can be like, oh, it gets better. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I read the whole thing and it doesn't. So I wish I DNF'd it. I wish I could pluck it from my mind and never think about it again. But alas, I cannot. So yeah, that's the one. Sacrifice it to the fire. And then the last question, question 10, is, do you hear what I hear? What book do you think everyone should read? And for this, my go-to answer is Anxious People by Frederick Bachman. I just feel like I could recommend this to anyone, to any type of reader, and they would still enjoy it. It's just so good. It's so wholesome and so funny and so well written and executed the way that it's like told. And it's got a very powerful meaning to the whole story, and I just love it so, so much. So any type of reader I feel like could read this. So if you haven't read this yet, I think you should try it. And yeah, I just love Frederick Bachman's writing. So I feel like everyone should read this book. It's so good. So there you have it. That is the Christmas song book tag. Thank you so much to Cami for tagging me. I'm going to tag Christina from Christina's Chapters and Renee from Reading with Renee. I hope you guys do this video. I know it's like late in the Christmas season now, so if you don't do it this year and you want to save it for next year, that's cool too. But it's such a fun tag, so I hope you do it. If you made it to the end of this video, leave the snowman emoji down in the comments down below. And you know what? Let's do it too. Let's do the snowman and a music note, since it's like Christmas songs, you know, like Frosty the Snowman. Leave those down in the comments down below to let me know that you made it to the end of this video. And don't forget to click like and subscribe while you're down there to help support me and my channel. I'd really appreciate it. And then you don't miss any bookish content from me. And thank you so, so much for watching this video. I will see you all in my next one and my last Bookmas video for Bookmas Day 12. I will see you all there. Bye.